life looks like it's about to get a whole lot more difficult for Liv Morgan. We'll also check out what's up with Dominik, Roxanne, and more. Starting things off with Liv Morgan because another massive plot just entered her universe, and judging by how everything is being set up there so far, this really could be leading towards an all-time collapse for Liv Morgan's entire on-screen life. Liv Morgan was an underdog in the early years of her main roster career. She shined in many moments and people believed in her, but she just couldn't get over the hump. That was until 2022 when she finally broke through and won her first world title with a huge win over Ronda Rousey. She was doing some tag team work in 2023, but as everyone knows, once 2024 rolled around, Liv Morgan just entered a whole other atmosphere and became an undeniable main event caliber superstar. She won the world title 2 additional times throughout that 2024 to 2026 stretch. She's the central figure in the Judgment Day and constantly has multiple major storylines revolving around her all at once. Also, can't forget about all the great things happening in the personal life of Liv's on-screen character. She's been in a happy and loving relationship with her boyfriend Dominik Mysterio for going on 2 years now, and that has always been a solid relationship. Dominik and Liv have never really had any tension or disputes in their relationship. Things got a little bumpy there in mid-2025 when Roxanne first joined, and it looked like that would cause issues between Dominik and Liv's relationship. But matters there really settled down, and it never turned into anything that serious. And even when you look at 2026 on its own, it's been such an amazing year for Liv Morgan so far. She opened the year by winning the Women's Royal Rumble match. She went on to successfully win the Women's World title at WrestleMania, and she even went the first 2 months of her title reign without even needing to defend the title at all. Can't forget that she also successfully kicked Finn out the group and pretty much gained full control of the Judgment Day as well. So talk about having a laid-back and successful year. Things have been pretty sweet for Liv Morgan in 2026. But we bring all this up because it sure looks like all that success for Liv Morgan is about to come to a sudden stop because of this new and massive storyline implication from Night of Champions. Danhausen came out to greet the Night of Champions crowd, and his segment was cut short by Liv Morgan, who came out and demanded that Danhausen repay the Judgment Day the $100,000 that they gave to him. When Danhausen refused to, Liv Morgan slapped him, and Danhausen responded by officially dropping a full curse on Liv Morgan. The reason this moment right here appears to foreshadow doomsday for Liv Morgan is because everyone knows the company doesn't play around when it comes to the writing and consequences of a Danhausen curse. If the writers and creative team officially plant a Danhausen curse on someone, they go all in on just having the worst events ever take place for the cursed individual. If Danhausen curses you, the creative team backs it up with several weeks of horrific events to really make the curse seem real. So now that Liv Morgan has been cursed on a big premium live event stage like this, it does make you extremely fearful for Liv's imminent future. Bad things could start stacking for Liv one right after the other, and it didn't take that long at all to see Liv's curse in effect. The second Danhausen cursed Liv, that was pretty much a spoiler that Liv was losing the Queen of the Ring finals, and that's exactly what happened. Liv would end up losing the match and the crown to Sky, and to make matters even worse, Sky didn't waste a single second and instantly revealed that she's selecting to face Liv Morgan for the world title at Summerslam. So talk about the curse quickly flipping Liv's entire life on its head. That's what happened here. 1 second, Liv is walking into the Queen of the Ring finals with the opportunity to potentially win the crown and have a shot at unifying both main roster women's titles, something that hasn't been done since Becky Lynch did it in 2019. But the next second, she lost the Queen of the Ring tournament, and now instead of going after the goal of becoming a double champion at SummerSlam, she now has to defend her title at that event against a woman who just finished beating her fair and square. So it took a good 15 minutes right there for the curse to really just hit Liv Morgan full force. After the show, Liv Morgan was seen completely emotionally destroyed by the loss and discrediting Danhausen's powers, saying how there's no such thing as the curse and how it's not real. It was the first time we've seen Liv Morgan in such a messy state in a very long time. Liv has been nothing but calm, cool, and collective since winning the world title at WrestleMania. But night one of being cursed, and Liv is already emotionally unveiling, which makes us dive deeper into the main fan theory part of today's conversation. And that's the question of just how far are they planning on taking this whole curse on Liv Morgan. They can take it the simple route, or if they want to, they can take it extremely dark and deep with effects of this curse. Is it Liv just losing a couple matches and going on a losing streak, or is it about Liv's entire life falling apart? Because the seeds have been planted there for a few different things, and this curse can really bring those things to life, such as the tension within the Judgment Day reaching all new heights. We've been discussing it for weeks now, but Liv Morgan has not really been a fair leader towards her fellow Judgment Day members as of late. She's been putting herself first in every single way, and we saw Raquel even confront Liv about this on a recent Raw episode. You even had Roxanne speaking up and questioning what plans the group had in store for her, which Liv didn't even have an answer for. So you already have all these underlying issues happening in the Judgment Day. So now that Liv has been cursed, it does make you wonder if the tension within the Judgment Day will be taken to whole new heights at an alarming rate. Not only did she lose the Queen of the Ring tournament, but maybe her Judgment Day faction really does start fully falling apart, and it's going to be because of the Danhausen curse. Liv can lose the support of the group, lose the support of her best friend, and even lose Roxanne Perez as well. The Liv and Roxanne issues are not new at all. There's been issues growing there between those two since the middle of April. So you figure that Roxanne will start to wake up and really see Liv for who she is as time continues to move forward. So the curse can definitely affect Liv's status and friendships with Raquel and Roxanne. Or you can take it even further with the curse on Liv Morgan. Like we mentioned earlier, Liv and Dominik's relationship has been smooth up until this point. Not one single massive argument on screen or anything of that sort. But with the curse now being in play and bad luck for Liv being around every corner, could Liv and Dominik's romantic relationship now be at risk because of the curse? Everyone knows who Dominik is as a character. He's sleazy and grimy both in the ring and as a person. We've already seen Dominik cheat and betray a longtime girlfriend with what he did to Rhea Ripley at Summerslam 2024. So if he did that once, who's to say Dominik doesn't strike again and cheat on his partner one more time? What if Dominik is busted by Liv Morgan while with another woman? Maybe it's with another member of the women's division, maybe an NXT call-up. Or if you really want to make things insane, what if Dominik is cheating on Liv Morgan with Raquel or Roxanne behind Liv's back? Talk about being cursed. If Liv finds out that Dominik Mysterio is cheating on her with her best friend Raquel or with her other friend Roxanne, that's pretty insane and dark. And on top of all that drama, imagine if Liv loses the world title at SummerSlam as well. At that point, it'll be extremely difficult for Liv to ignore Danhausen's curse if she lost the Queen of the Ring finals, lost her world title, lost her boyfriend, and lost the Judgment Day overall. So that's what makes the Danhausen curse so scary on Liv Morgan, because Liv actually has a lot to lose, and things could go really bad for her in so many ways. But again, that all comes down to how far they want to take things with this curse on Liv Morgan, but it can certainly get very messy for sure. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below, don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.